Coruscant. Okay,
No,
guys, welcome
whatever,
back
it's Star
to
Wars.
week 5 of Edge of the Empire: Shadow of War. Unfortunately, there will not be a vote at the end of this episode, nor will there be a crawl before this one or the next one, because we're doubling up episodes, so I didn't want to double up my workload. Also, I didn't think people were going to vote in 2 days. So just to be clear, this is Tyler, that guy right this direction. Yeah, I did every direction but the correct one. That guy up there, Tyler, will be leaving us after 20 weeks of amazing,
Get out of
amazing
here!
role-playing.
Yeah.
Dargo will be leaving the
Spent-
show at the end of tonight.
May or may not be alive at the end of it. Who knows?
We'll see.
Yeah.
And Swargalo will be joining us on Wednesday when we move to a new Wednesday permanent night, because at the end of the first episode, if you were watching, Dave and fucking everybody was like, let's make this a permanent game. And I was like, oh, fuck my life. Really? Okay, whatever.
Why would you be against that? People love this fucking show, man.
I had to make room for it. I had to cancel another game.
Fuck that game, whatever it was.
Dave is sure that he's
Virgil and Thor were in that game, you son of a bitch. Jim was
game
in
was
that
that?
game.
What game was it?
It was, what the fuck are you doing?
it's
What
happening.
the shit are you doing to my stream, brother?
It's happening, bro.
It was.
It's happening.
It
Anyway, what was the game? What was the game?
It was
Dungeon
Dungeon
World.
World. It was a Dungeon World playthrough. Of
Oh, fuck that
Pathfinder.
game, man. Who cares about that?
I do.
Star Wars is better. You know it is.
Get these people. All right, everybody's got their fucking opinions. All right.
Let's go.
Yeah, let's do introductions. Virgil, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. Had a nice day cruising around doing some deliveries. Just good, good work. Just driving.
Is that a
listening to
bomber
music.
jacket, bro?
A bomber jacket? No, it's more
Yeah,
like
is that
a.
like...
No,
Oh,
that's flannel,
it's a-
bro.
It's like
Oh, that's
yeah,
flannel,
it's got like
yeah.
fuzzy.
I was about to say, man, Night Witches has ended. What's going on? We're not playing that game
I
anymore.
might be
where's
bringing
my
that
wig?
one back, man.
Oh, I gotta get my wig, and I'll do it at the break. I'll show you guys my new wig. It's freaking amazing.
Oh, no, I saw it. I saw your tweet.
Oh yeah, it's
Wait,
it's
you got
quite a
wig?
piece.
Why do you
it's
have a
intense as
wig?
Fuck.
Cause I was like Halloween's coming up, and I was like,
I thought if you said role play in the bedroom and out, I would have been like,
Just in
Wait
case you're
for the
wondering,
wig.
I'm
And then-
100%
Oh,
set
there it
for Halloween. I got like 5 backup costumes as well.
I
Just
don't
in
fucking,
case.
I don't
just
even,
swap them around.
I don't
just in
even
case
fucking
someone runs in.
do that shit, man. I don't know.
So,
Got
yeah.
anything
think it
else
was me.
going on, Virgil? AKA twitch.tv/Zircon5.
No, just been hanging out. I wrote a little tune on stream yesterday. Was that yesterday?
The
Yeah, I guess it
spoopy
was
tune?
yesterday. Yeah, a little spoopy tune for Halloween. You could check that out. It's Creative Commons. It's just like a little background loop on soundcloud.com/Zircon5. Yeah, free download, or just go check it out if you need some spooky backgrounds.
I put it in on my game of Skulls and Shackles, and it was amazing. I let it
Thanks,
loop
sir.
twice. Yeah.
I like to.
Yeah,
Give-
that was right before the players took enough damage to instantly kill any and all of them.
Is Skulls and Shackles still going? Is that the same game that I was in? Is that a
Yeah,
different
you
game?
were in like the side adventure for
Yeah.
4 of the 5 weeks. Yeah. Next week is week 30, so.
Fucking shit.
when
Are
I
they
go
still
hard-
pirates?
Yes, of course. It's a pirate adventure, so.
Okay.
a
I didn't
pirate
really like that
fight.
game because it felt really ham-fisted to be putting wizards and shit on a pirate ship, but like didn't
I
really
know,
feel very
you hate
piratey.
Pathfinder.
No, I didn't hate. I don't hate Pathfinder. It's just that everyone made characters that didn't fit on a pirate ship.
Why can't
Know
there
what I
be a
mean?
wizard on a pirate ship, man?
We had a fucking 5-year-old dragon who drinks excessive
Actually, he
amounts
was
of
less than 1
alcohol.
years old, and I don't want to spoil it, but that dragon came back last episode and then died instantly.
Did horse shamans come into the world?
No.
But
Horse
then you
shamans.
failed me, Arthur. You failed
You
me.
sailed off into the sunset with your lover and her other lover.
Really, I did.
Yeah. Why
Oh,
wouldn't
that's
you?
okay. That's good.
Yeah.
Good. It's a good ending for Rafi.
Dave, as long as you're just jumping in here, how have you been this week?
Eh, eh, eh. We finally got back to playing a 2V Demetrion after fucking 1.5 months of hiatus.
I heard about
We
that.
could just, yeah, we could just never get the players back together. I mean, literally, high water stopped. I said at the start of the stream, we're gonna play this game come hell or high water, and then I'm like, actually, high water did fucking stop the stream, so I take that back.
You're like,
Because
hell
one
might
of
do
our-
it. Also.
Yeah, one of our players literally got flooded out of their homes. So like, high water did stop. But you know what? It's good. A 2V Demetrion's coming to a close after a year, after 3 seasons of that fucking game. Like, it's gonna be sad to see it go, but like, it's a natural end. Like, that story is literally just finishing up. So that's gonna be fucking awesome. Um, we had our first game with Virgil and Danielle in Sin Eaters. That was fucking sick. Your character is so good.
Thanks,
Like,
man.
Having a fucking gumshoe in the party is gonna be so much fun.
Yeah,
It really
yeah.
is.
Really looking forward to next episode too.
Yeah, and what else?
I might actually watch the last episode because I heard from Zircon5, aka Virgil, that it was pretty good.
It was really good. Yeah, it has a bit of implied fellatio in there as well, which is really all you need in a D&D game.
I heard
Tactfully
Drew was kicking
implied.
it.
Yeah, Madro was fucking kicking it hardcore. The other thing too, we had a game of Blades in the Dark. I feel like we're actually finally getting to like the meat and potatoes of that game, which is like uprooting gangs and trying to take over their shit, which is like something we didn't really address until last episode, really, right? So
Yeah, I think we need to get our sights on like just taking everyone down and owning
Yeah.
the whole city. Yeah.
So you're
Yeah,
gonna
I
do
mean-
gangs in New York. Okay.
yeah, so it's starting to come into its own, which is something I didn't think I'd see from that game, but natural course of it's gone really well. So,
I think it's
and
super gonna come
Thor,
into
you might be
its own
joining
on
us next
Friday.
week or this
Why
Friday.
yes, why yes. That's the whole reason I said it's going to be super coming into its own on Friday when I join. Just
Yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be an interesting game for sure. We had a fucking guy, Dom, fucking like control the lightning from the sky. That was fucking legit.
He
Like,
would have died if he hadn't done that. He literally
Yeah,
would've
imminent
just died.
death.
yeah.
All right.
And it's good. Yeah,
Yeah,
everything's
Thor.
going good.
How are you doing this week, Thor?
well, I'm not going to bore the viewers as much as I've bored you with medical problems. That's just for you. The viewers don't need to hear that. Other than that, pretty standard week. Played a ton of games. Wasteland 2 Director's Cut came out, which I highly recommend. And
I
of
think
course,
it's been out for a while though, hasn't it?
no, the Director's Cut was just
Oh, the
released,
director's cut. Right. Yeah.
just released a few days ago. So started a new game in that. And of course, the guys that are making that are also making BattleTech. If you want to back that on Kickstarter.
What's
Which
that?
sounds-
Back BattleTech on Kickstarter. Do it immediately.
No one should ever
Immediately.
Kickstart
Back battles?
fucking video games, man. No one should
Hey,
ever
man.
do that.
Screw you. That's how we made our video game. Well, it was a virtual novel. Virtual
Well, I
novels
mean,
have a very good finishing rate from Kickstarter, though. If
Yeah,
you
that's
look at the
what I'm
difference-
saying. But like the difference between like a virtual novel and a fucking 3D like open world TT up fucking stupid.
Every single Shadowrun was completely successful and awesome. And this is the same company with the same employees.
Yeah, but that game has very low like delivery costs.
Yeah, I mean-
think about like all the games that have been like, oh, it's a epic 3D adventure game where you play as a spaceman going through space and doing fucking dumb shit. And think of how many games have actually delivered on their promises.
This would
Like
deliver.
5.
Mech
Like
Warrior.
5 games.
See,
Warrior,
see,
brother.
that's why you don't back everything. You back the things where you actually think.
Well,
this
at
seems
that point,
reasonable.
there's a couple of things, right? First one you should back is the one that you know is going to succeed. And in which case, you're
Mech
not
Warrior.
backing that game, you're pre-ordering that game.
Yeah, that's
It's like
exactly what I
Divinity.
did.
Divinity
much.
Original Sin was already at like $1 million or whatever when I pre-ordered it.
But
bought it on
$1 million
Kickstarter.
doesn't mean a good game. $1 million is like half a visual novel with voice acting. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, it was it was like pretty good. Like when I looked at it, I felt pretty good, like I was gonna get a game.
Yeah.
And
They already
All I'm
had a
saying
bunch
is
of
be
money
smart
for
with your
sources.
money, audience, because Kickstarter will fuck you. Physical goods is one thing, but virtual video games, complete waste of money on
well, there
Kickstarter.
was one. There
99%
was
of
one
the time.
game that I
I
kickstarted.
have
that never
not
came
had one game that I kickstarted not
I have.
good.
How many have you
But-
Kickstarted, Thor?
10 or so.
And how
Yeah,
many?
Kickstarter.
How many of those have you played for more than like 4 hours?
Probably 6 of them for 50 hours plus, and some of them I just haven't gotten around to yet.
Which games were they?
Let's see.
Were they
Wait,
created by-
come on. Can we
were
save
they
this for
created by
after? We're
Stu-
still trying to do introductions.
Introduction.
All right.
Shadowrun, Wasteland, bunch
All
of good
proven
games.
game studios.
Banner
This is,
Saga.
it's the same studio that does Shadowrun that's making Mech Warrior. Chill the F out, Dave.
Banner
Hey, guys.
Saga is awesome, and we're not gonna. Let's get on with the actual game.
Tyler, how are you doing in a not at all related to anything that just happened way?
I'm cool. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Cool.
You
I'm done.
Gwentin, bro? You Gwentin?
I gwented for the first time.
Yes.
the
I
other
did
night.
it. I did it.
I lost, but that's fine. I did Gwent. So stupid monster.
Do you
nerds.
understand the rules of Gwent, or is it like one of those things
Yeah.
where you just like?
I hang out with enough nerds that
Oh,
I've
son.
played Magic the Gathering before, so I do know.
You ain't Gwentin. Get
I
the
know
fuck
that
out.
I've not done the actual card game, but yeah.
That one was for you, Kat. Tyler, your
I-
camera keeps turning on
yeah,
off
just
all
turned it
night.
on. Yeah, it's gonna keep doing that, I'm sure.
I don't know
Sorry.
what it is. Thank you to everybody that watched last week's show and then went to the weekly digest for last week. There was a lot of response. There was a lot of comments. It was awesome. I'm going to do it again this week, and some things I want to talk about this week are probably going to be running the 2nd edition Battletech RPG. I've been looking into that on DriveThruRPG, and I'm considering running a game of it. Also, another thing I want to hear from my audience about is viewer games. Do you want a viewer game? I've done it in the past. It was horrible. It practically destroyed my channel and my viewership base. Do you want to give it another shot? Let me know tomorrow on Weekly Digest, Week 56.
With
Other
no
than that,
investment in this idea whatsoever, I think it's a fantastic idea.
yeah, you won't even be around. But if you come back, Tyler, you'll always
That's
have
true.
a spot. I want you to come back, buddy. When
I
your kid is
appreciate
like 18, I'll still be doing
Finally
this.
out of the house.
Another 20. I'll be riddled with debt for college loans, and the only gaming outlet I'll have is to go onto Twitch and not pay for any games anymore. So,
Of course, Dave will be CEO of Wizards of the Coast by then.
nice.
Most likely. Most likely.
Free merch? Yeah, free merch.
Merch.
No,
All
fuck
right.
no. You gotta pay for that shit, bro. I didn't get CEO for fucking giving
Yeah, look, I was
handouts,
about
man.
to say, look, he's definitely going to be CEO.
All right. Does anyone remember what happened last time?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, the shit went down, man.
It did.
The shit went down. People
No,
tried to
I'd
take
say
us
the
out.
shit stayed at about a constant shit level the entire
Yeah, it's
time.
kind of a churn, really.
Yeah, it didn't really.
Yeah. Like
Never really went
basically, like
down.
one side of the
Up,
shit got
down.
really burnt from being.
Maybe
in the
someone
fire
just
too
kind of
much, so we
stirred
turned
the
it
amount
over.
of. Someone
Mm.
stirred
I like how
the
no
shit.
one's actually said what's happened so far. You're just
So-
discussing how bad it was.
So it was like Grimscatter was like fucking with us the whole time, and we had no idea, basically. Until he just was like, "Yeah, I've been fucking with you this whole time. Suck it.
Like,
Suck on what I got. How about
And I'm
that?
like, all right, present them.
We will
and,
suckle."
Yeah, we will suckle. And the only one who wasn't down for suckling was Dargo.
Yeah, something
It was
about
like-
him, his character ruining my life, kind of.
Something about that. Put him off.
yeah,
Yeah, the
Slayed
whole-
at the thirst.
Yeah.
a little bit. It's understandable.
Slated
So-
the thirst.
Yeah.
Dang. Oh, shit.
So we also discovered that Dargo did one last hacking roll and discovered that Sliot was actually working with Grimscatter, which was a kick in the feels for Dargo. And
Talking
we kind of
about the important part that the audience is super pissed at me about.
Oh, what
No,
that
no
Sleot
one's
is?
mentioned it yet.
The
Oh,
explosion.
killing Kavane.
Killing
Killing
Kavane.
Yeah, man, I told you not to do that shit, and you're like, nah, fuck you, I'm doing it
He's
anyway.
dying.
Get wrecked.
Can't kill Kavane, man.
He's
Kavane.
dead.
He's
I
dead.
like
supposed
how Tyler was like, a spaceship comes by with their airlock open, and I was like, no, he just gets sucked into the exhaust.
Yeah, I tried.
Spending all the everyone just throwing force die at each other. No, Kavane,
It's
get
interesting
no.
that we've spent more force die on Kavane than we have on any
On
other
me.
character.
On
Yeah,
Just over
yeah.
over
Some of
4
our
games.
PCs actually have
Yeah.
had less influence with the force. So
Yeah.
The lack of crawl will be explained in just a few minutes here, guys. You'll understand. But first, we've got a couple things to hand out. At the end of last episode, everybody got 15 experience points, and based on your audience votes, the following people get the following awards with their XP bonus. Virgil, playing as Toby, wins 10 experience points for MVP of last session. Probably for the double saves right there with a
Wait,
fucking
10 for?
yeah,
Yeah,
10
an
for
extra
MVP.
Okay, so now I have
Nice.
Double
25.
triumph, removing
Yeah.
all damage of the horrible battle you suffered when.
Kurt Cobain.
well, removing the critical effects, not all the damage.
Well,
The
yeah,
weeks
but
spent in the spaceship that eventually healed all the damage.
Thor, playing as Jax, one team player.
Hey.
Henley
go.
easily won funniest character by the largest margin yet.
Bravo, Henley.
What was the margin?
It
I
was
don't
like 10 votes. Yeah, we had a lot of votes on that one, more than any of the others. Like, people just showed up to vote for you, and like one person voted for Virgil.
Yay!
That was me.
Thanks, Thor.
A
That's
character
fucking
embodiment, the person who most represents a Star Wars scoundrel is Dargo. Gets another 5 experience points, like all of his comrades. Excellent. Let's go ahead and do our light side, dark side roll and
I
obligation
also, can I
check.
just mention the errata real quick?
Which errata?
The one where we brought in the new smuggler book.
Oh yeah, you wanted to bring in Fly Casual. Yep.
Yeah, so we brought in Fly Casual, and then I swapped over my second character sheet to the new Charmer one, and which allowed me to get a lot of really interesting abilities. So I've got a lot of really interesting abilities now, like leadership and being able to give everyone like stress back and being able to give everyone blue die as well for just fucking being around me. So that's super cool. I can also downgrade difficulty on negotiation or charm checks. I can also I can also reduce the defense of people by charming them before shooting them, which is
Like,
fucking
it's sexy.
hilarious. Yeah, no, I'll just be like, "Hey, boo," and then they're like, "Oh, it's cool, we're friends," and then I shoot them, and then they have no defense. So it's like, yeah, it's pretty cool.
All right. Well,
Pretty cool abilities. So.
yeah. Who's gonna roll for the light side, dark side die?
Tyler, you're fucking leaving. Do it all.
Sure.
Yeah, I was also wondering about armor, because I think we got some last time, but we didn't get it installed or something.
Yeah,
It's
all of you
4W,
had it
right?
You had it installed. It was your
Okay.
laminate armor.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
basically, Jax looks like a stormtrooper now, and Toby has like stormtrooper plate designed for droids. Wow! For the first time, you guys outnumber me on light side
Nice.
die.
I think it's because we
Did 'em all at once,
one
like I said.
person rolled it.
Yeah.
I think it just
Yay.
depends on who rolls it, right? Because when I roll it, it's all dark side, baby. Right there. I got the magic touch.
Elite hacks.
What is going on with those die?
Can everybody put their obligation in chat so we can assemble my obligation tower so we can see who's gonna vote?
Did my obligation get fixed or something?
No.
Wasn't that part of the reward or some shit?
Reward for what?
Fucking bringing in Dargo to chat with Skystatter, Bald Man.
It will be
Grimscatter.
dealt with before the end of this episode, I'm sure. All right. So, this is our role to see who causes trouble for the party today, and the answer is Jax.
Dang, that's a
Hey.
first.
First time.
All right, Jax, you have -2 strain. Everyone else has -1, so some of you might be getting some back. Jax, what exactly is your obligation?
Favors to the Bottom Spine Network, basically. I owe them some favors for them letting me take a hiatus from my normal work for them, which was, being a spy bounty hunter for the Bottom Spy Network. And I told them I, wanted to see the galaxy, travel, do some stuff, get to know myself. And they said, sure, as long as you're willing to, help us out whenever we ask. And I'm like, okay, cool.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, we'll get to that shortly. So we start with Coral is inside the Shade Star, your YT-1300 transport, doing some paperwork with like a stylus on a Star Wars version of an iPad. There's a bowl of Vader O's and Bantha milk, aka blue milk, beside him.
Oh yeah.
Kroll, what are you doing here? What's happening?
Finishing off that bowl, obviously.
Oh, so you
Oh.
leave the paperwork aside and you're still eating the bowl?
Yeah, I'm looking at the paperwork and
I-
maybe it's got like a ring from like the bowl on it or something like that. And I'm just kind of like,
Yeah.
Toby!
Well,
Yeah, I think I was going there anyways.
Well,
Wasn't I?
when you
'Cause at the
say
end of the last
something,
episode.
Coral, you turn around and Jax is there, just
Hey, what up,
standing
dog?
behind you.
Hello, mon ami. How you doing? But listen,
I don't know. I have this invisible paperwork going on. What's up?
it's okay. Don't worry. Now
Captain
listen,
shit, you know?
listen,
Fucking
listen,
real legit captain up here.
listen, Dago. There is something I feel that we must talk about after last week, and well,
You're sexually
yesterday.
attracted to me. I understand. It happens to everyone at least once. We can deal with it, but it's going
Shut
to be
up,
awkward
Dago.
for
I
about
am
2 months.
monologuing here.
Okay.
You see, I need to get something off my chest. I think sometimes you may underestimate yourself. You let people sometimes walk all over you. It is not good. You're going to need to stand up for yourself and fight them off. But let me just tell you, and I know this goes without saying. Et ne vous inquiétez pas, je suis toujours là pour vous. Tout ce qu'il y avait à faire est le demande, mon ami. Oui?
I understood every single word of that.
Yeah, you feel a tap on your shoulder, Coral, and when you turn around, Toby is there, but he's a Force ghost, and there are small pebbles floating beside his head.
That's
Yeah.
cool. How are you doing that, man? I didn't even know you could die.
What do I? Wait, there's pebbles floating by my head?
Yeah.
Am I also floaty?
Yes.
Am I floaty? I don't want to be floaty.
Just like it's highly illogical. I'm not quite. I just look down and I look ghosty.
Yep.
Oh. Are you a Jedi?
I would
That's
assume
cool.
so.
Can
so
robots
this-
even be Jedi?
I try to lift Coral with the Force.
Okay.
Like I just put my hand out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, you spend a light side die to do that, and yeah, you definitely lift Coral.
Holy shit, this is awesome. Can I do it? I try to do it on my Vader O's.
Doesn't work.
Can I spend a light side point to make it work?
No, doesn't. You don't have the Force.
I'm awfully confused, guys. And
Wait,
then
I
more
want to try
confused.
I want to try to read Coral's thoughts.
Okay.
So I just like concentrate on like the back of his head while he's trying.
You don't seem to have that power.
Okay.
Guys, I'm so confused.
Well, anyways, I'm like, I need to speak. I need to speak to you about, our fellow, Dargo, of course.
Could you stop being a ghost for like 10 seconds? Because, I can literally put my hand through you.
About that time, Coral, when you put your hand through him, everything in front of you disappears. And you see you're back on Twi'lek, on Ryloth. And
I wake up and I scratch my head. I'm like, man, that was
no
the
waking
best
up.
trip I've ever had.
Yeah, so you're on Ryloth, and there's a bunch of stormtroopers running through your village with blaster rifles out. And
How old do I look?
I don't know. How old do you look?
Am I a child again?
I don't know. Are you?
Oh, man! I'm a child again! This is awesome. I can finally do all the things I wanted to do.
As you're saying that, you see Darth Vader with his lightsaber out, going through your village, and he turns toward a hooded man next to him. All you can see is like gleaming purple eyes coming out from under the cloak. And he says, "We'll have to wipe them out, all of them." And then Darth Vader turns toward you, Carl, and begins striding towards you very quickly. And as he takes his mask off, you see it's actually Dargo.
Dargo? Why are you Darth Vader? That's completely fucked up. I mean, I thought he was a human for one.
Dargo holds his lightsaber up at Coral and begins singeing the hairs out of his nostrils. I guess you're too young to have facial hair. And he says to Coral in a deep, rumbly voice, "Wrath stalks your future. The children of Ryloth burn. Your debt is unpaid." And he swings the lightsaber down. And Coral, you get a flash of light and then darkness.
And then you wake up. You are on the ship. You do have a bowl of Vaderos beside you. In case you were confused, and by the way, I want to point out, my paperwork was fucking immaculate. Dave started freaking out at the exact moment I said he would. Exact moment.
Am I the only one that prepped that properly?
Yeah.
I left you guys up to your everyone take 5 XP, including Dave. Thank you for playing along. You had said last week you wanted to do more about your backstory, and so I had all the other players come up with individual sections of a dream sequence. I thought it was pretty cool.
Anyone else know that was a haiku?
Oh my god, I spilled my Vaderos all over my pants.
No, Dargo, I actually didn't know that.
I learned to speak French for you.
I know.
Just
I hope you
saying.
appreciate all that.
Oh, that's actually urine, not Vaderos. Ooh! I completely forgot I saw that motherfucker when I was a kid. Okay. Oh, I really wish I did drugs or something. I'm gonna go find some Vaderos. I mean, shit.
I think,
Actually, no, I go to the big case of whiskey I have on the Shane Star. And I'm just like, I'm about to pour it into a bowl of Vaderos, and I'm just like, no. I start like sculling it. I just start sculling it. And if I make it through one bottle, I open up another, and then I pass out without drinking it.
Okay. Well, that's interesting.
I also took off my pants because I peed in them, and I'm in the kitchen unconscious without pants on.
Okay, you're doing the Higgs.
So
the Higgs, do the Higgs. All right. So what are the rest of you doing? Well, he freaks the fuck out.
So I imagine this is, briefly after, like Dargo's last hack session that I had been like monitoring it. So I'm looking for Coral right now, just striding through the ship, and I'm probably like, "Oh my God, Coral's dead! And someone stole his pants. It's terrible."
I'm fairly certain he's just drunk too much again. It's okay. He'll be fine. This happens to us flesh beings, remember? Don't forget.
Yeah, so I go and I just like probably have like a little bit of like a saline solution bag somewhere inside of my body. So I just like spray him with some salt water.
You just spray it with salt water, but
Yeah,
and
like a
then you
little
put the
spritz.
I like the idea of you like going through your stuff. You pull out a saline bag and then you just slap me, and then you put it back in your inventory. Or like you just like you move it out of the way to get access to the cold water faucet you have inside your chest cavity, and you just splash water on me, and you put the saline bag back inside.
Tuck it safely. Like a little thing opens up. Yeah, so I like arouse you from your slumber. I'm like, Captain, something I need to speak with you about. Yes.
Oh my God, you're not a ghost. That's.
Of course, I'm not a
awesome.
ghost. I'm a droid. I can't be a ghost.
Are you sure you're not a jet?
Oh yes, look at
a
me
jet.
lift you with my force powers. Oh, listen, this is important.
Droids
Can
cannot be...
droids get drunk? Actually, I need to know this because.
Can droids even be Jedi? That would be interesting to see.
Oh hey, what up, Jax? Have you ever had anyone pull on your facial hair before? Because I kind of want to.
Somebody tried that, yes, but I shot him.
Can you not shoot me when I tried in about 10 seconds?
Well, if you are informing me beforehand, yes, I cannot
By the
go
way,
get my
are you
gun.
actually French?
I am from Bothwan. I speak with a Bothwan accent. What do you mean?
I swear
But-
to God, you spoke to me in French not like 10 minutes ago. And I walk up to him. I'm still
I
holding
can-
like the full bottle of whatever the fuck whiskey it was.
Correct.
And then I like start like grabbing his facial hair and like pulling it slightly. It's like, what product do you use? This is nice.
Oh, well, there's not much, I don't really need it. It's just naturally this nice.
If
Doesn't
I ever
need to
had
notice,
hair
but-
on my body, I would wish it to be as nice as your dog fur. And then I fall backwards and go back to sleep.
Cat fur. What is
So
this
Arthur,
questioning?
I'd
Of
like-
course I am both. Of course I. Why else would I speak with this ridiculous accent from Bothwan?
This ridiculous accent. So Arthur, I'd like to pull up on my my data pad an ad for Vaderos, the one with the really sexy Twi'lek in it.
Of course. Yep. I assume you fan arted that.
Yeah, and then this time I try to rouse Coral while I'm like holding up the
All right.
ad. And I'm like, it's very important. You must see this.
I hear Vados. Wait. Oh.
Yeah, maybe
Hey.
you like shake the Vadero box if you need Coral. Right?
I like stick.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like,
Are you okay,
my
Cole?
God,
You
Toby. It's like you're not a droid anymore, but a ghost. Well, you were. I'd put my hand on your chassis and it like bounces and it curls upwards and like, huh.
Cole, and be honest here. We're not going to try and do any intervention or any such nonsense. How much have you drunk the last few days exactly? Just a thought.
I just like stab him with a needle, and I'm like, "His blood alcohol content is 0.07 right now. It's quite high."
Well, that probably explains it. Just lay off the booze for a few hours at least, and you'll be fine.
Look, I don't have anything I can do to take away.
I like lean on the counter. I'm just like, so
some
I
coffee?
needed a captain, and then my hand slips off and I hit my head on the table. I was like, oh fuck.
Oh.
And that's when we do the Star Wars wipe to Dargo. Dargo, what are you doing? Where are you?
I'm probably still at the computer terminal. I'm just kind of watching the video over and over and over again of Sliot and Grimscatter coming to an arrangement that gave I guess Griswold, Grimscatter, whatever you want to call him, access to the hangar, which ultimately led to Cavane's death. He is slowly mulling and processing the information, and he is not very happy at the moment. So,
I think all of you get a message from the station that your party is beginning within an hour, and that you'll be expected to deal with the guests. Unfortunately, no one can fly in Sleot the hut. So you guys are going to have to take care of the VIP section yourselves.
Okay.
Is there any particular drugs you wanted to use on the competitors or the crate dragon before we begin? Since you have a bunch of super legal horse tranquilizers.
Well,
no. I mean,
no.
No, I mean,
I think
whatever
this
the
gonna be
result
fair.
of the
should
thing
solve
is gonna
itself.
be the result, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they can't possibly kill the Kite Dragon.
This is gonna be.
By
great.
the way, one thing I haven't actually wanted. We're going to be in the VIP area, but there is a Kite Dragon there. Nobody's going to take it too unkindly if I have a large backpack or sort of like gym bag with me that happens to contain a blaster rifle, you know, because...
No weapons.
No weapons.
You already know this.
It's
when
in
you
the
went- It's in the...
I do not feel comfortable that close to the fights with...
Don't
with
worry, I
no
don't
way.
have my pants on and I feel fine.
Yes, you look fine too. But I think
It's
maybe
not for the
pants
Kite
for the
Dragon,
party
obviously.
would be
It's
appropriate.
to shoot yourself in the head rather than get eaten alive.
Come,
Oh, well.
Toby, clothe your captain. And I like walk into my bedroom.
I'm like, yes, coming, sir.
Toby, you do not. Well, okay, fine.
Like, I need some private time, anyways. It's quite all right.
Private.
Private time is to go into the bedroom with Coral?
Yeah, and while I'm dressing him, I lay him gently on the bed, like a babe.
Make sure he is okay.
You do
I'm
the
like, baby
reverse.
powder, sir. Yeah.
No, I'm a man. I don't need no baby
I
powder.
dust him with some baby powder, anyways, and then throw the. Feels nice down there. Trust me. Had so many patients with very happy results. But it's very important that you take a look at this video that Doggo just uncovered. And I start playing the video back of Stiliot and
Right. I remember there's no audio. It's just
Right.
them, like, coming to an agreement.
like now
yeah.
I asked
I mean,
Doggo if he would lay off the hacking, and he went straight and did this. I mean, it did come back with some results, but it's quite disappointing that he seems to go at it
Let's see
again and
what
again.
the fucking problem is, because two things, and I'm gonna be very observant here, Toby. All right, you don't have actual eyeballs, so I understand if you didn't catch this, but they're in a partnership together to run an event. In case you forgot, so them having a deal or shaking hands, not that weird. Just putting it out there.
That's when it zooms in on the part where he's giving out access rights to the magnetic containment shield for the hangar bay.
Now let's be real. Dargo doesn't know what the fuck that is.
You mean Coral?
I mean, Carl. Yeah, sorry. I'm
Yeah,
drunk.
I'm like, look, he's.
I love that
I get
you
my
got the
identities
Dargo's name.
confused because I have played Dargo for half this game. All right. Thank you very much.
Yeah. I'm like, listen, he's got the codes to get those men in with the thermal detonator. There's something screwy going on here.
Oh yeah, he already admitted that they were his bounty hunters.
Right, we need to make sure we know what's going on, and I think we need to make sure that Dargo is under control too. I just think as captain, you should have a little talk with him about what his next steps are. He seemed quite panicked when he saw the video, you see.
Is he on the ship?
Yes, I think he's at his computer terminal now.
All right, I walk out with my pants around my ankles, like dragging.
Like,
them
let me
off.
finish with I just need the belt. Hold on.
Oh dear.
I'm like chasing him down the hallway, trying to get the pants on.
You know, if it wasn't Toby coming out with you, I would probably be asking different questions. But Toby, how's it going raining in Coral? Coral, perhaps some coffee, like 5-6 cups before you
yes.
go off and. I know
I
how. I know
will.
how. You should probably have some coffee if you want to have an intelligent conversation. Just
We just
say.
give him coffee extract instead of coffee, Arthur.
Yeah, chew this bean real quick. The
Yeah,
sensory bean of coffees.
because this is Star Wars. Don't you medical droids have something you can inject into him?
Adrenaline.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Yeah, I just stabbed in his.
It's called calf, by the way. The Star Wars version of coffee is called calf.
Just inject him with calf or something.
I just pour a calf with a splash of bantha milk. This will do fine. Drink this. Let's continue down. I believe yes, we can find Doggo. Should be right down here.
Why?
I like knock on Dargo's door, like really meekly, like.
Toby,
Oh me.
I think Dargo
you-
would have heard that.
And then
Could you-
I knock meekly
What's
again.
what are you saying, Thor? What's your line?
I'm like sort of waving at you to
come?
out, get over here and talk.
Oh yeah. Yeah, okay.
Let's
We like go 10 feet off or whatever. Where
just
obviously
sort of like, yeah. Coral seems drunk enough that should do. Whilst this other scene is going on, I'm sort of asking you, is Coral is okay and the like, just establishing that. And now,
yeah, okay. Well, he's
Go
I
quick
guess if he's gonna go in the other room, and I can like bring up like his some of his basic vitals.
Okay.
I stabbed him with a needle, and I'm just like, it's pretty severe, the drunkenness that is, but nothing else. And
I don't think any of you guys know about my run-in with Vader.
Nope.
So-
But we made sure to let the chat know. Tyler, I think we lost your cam again.
Balls. All right.
So
So
let me ask.
yeah.
After having your dream that was a remembrance of what happened to you in the past, are your vitals all messed up?
Yeah, that'd be spiking real big.
Yeah.
Like they wouldn't be ordinary at all. Like the cool, calm, collected Coral under any situation is definitely not here anymore. You can totally see that in the vitals.
So I think what we get is we get the readout where like your heart beats faster and you're like sweating is what's it's indicating, and then we like hear the heartbeat and the scene changes to like the camera's right behind you and we still hear the heartbeat as you're talking to Gargo. Didum, 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 didum.
Hey, buddy. How's the internet?
So, are you actually in the room at this point? Or are you still outside the door?
I'll
Just
be
hang-
outside the door. Yeah, I
Okay.
knocked meekly, and I'm just like talking through the door.
So I think at this point, Dargo is silent. Yeah.
Are you jacking it? I mean, I can come back later. The dog. Do you guys even have a pink?
I don't detect any pheromones. I don't think he's jacking it.
Oh, well, that's good to know.
Those things stink to high heaven when they're jacking it. Let me tell you.
Oh. Okay. Can I come in, buddy? Hal?
No answer, but as Toby just left the room, I'm sure the door is unlocked if you were going to come in.
I sort of like peer in.
Get hydraulics aside.
It's like all dark aside from the illuminating.
No, actually, Dargo is sitting there in front of all the display monitors, and they're all turned off. My camera again.
They're all turned off, just like
They're all
Hey.
just turned off, and he's just staring at. And he probably is massaging whatever fur temple he has, and his eyes are closed.
I like stick my head in and I knock on the wall again. Hey.
Yes.
Oh, you're awake. I wasn't sure. I come in and I shut the door and I sit down on his bed. And I like awkwardly bounce up and down for a minute. I'm just like, so how's it going?
I'm about to meet certain death. How are you?
Yeah. I'm okay. I had a really good dream. Anyway. So, couple things. I saw the video and I know you're going to overreact because, that's what you do.
Dargo turns to Coral and says, you're worried that I'm going to ruin your relationship with Sliot, aren't you?
Well, I'm more worried that you're going to piss off everyone and then you went down the barrel of a few hundred blasters, maybe.
That is my concern as well.
So maybe you shouldn't piss anyone off? I mean, they kind of have you under their thumb, so why not just do what they want? I don't know. Maybe. I mean, what's so bad about living in total slavery for a while?
I don't know. Why don't you tell me?
It's not that bad. I mean, you get the taste for it after a while. You know, I mean, eventually you get really good at it. I don't know what they'll have you be doing, but I can only imagine it's something what I did. You know? I mean,
honestly think Grimscatter has a job for me. Wow. And Dargo stands up and walks out.
I mean, you don't have to blow him straight away.
The hydraulic door slams in your face as you say that, Chloral.
And I'm just in his room and it's like, he got a better room than me.
Not covered in blue milk and Veda Rose, that's why.
Actually cleaned at some point.
God damn it, I'm the captain.
If only you had a droid who could clean up after you.
No, your room is literally bigger than mine.
It's all the computer equipment. No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the plan then? You've got a party to organize, attend, and schmooze with, contacts to be made, Vader O's to be eaten, crate dragons to possibly defeat.
I guess the first thing I'll do is make sure that our clientele is happy with the arrangements and that they're all set to go.
I'm gonna print out a bunch of business cards, Arthur.
Okay. What do your business cards look like?
You should have asked me that fucking last week. I would have had a fucking epic business card for you.
Shadestar Services.
Yeah, it's the Shadestar.
We'll make sure your party explodes.
Partiers.
Just like our enemies.
Mm-hmm. There's like a picture of a hand that's just let go of a thermal that's man switch. It's like the only instant you would be able to get that snap.
Are you saying you record video 100% of the time?
That put it on your business card?
Time to party hard or go home.
Don't drop the thermal detonator because we won't.
Yeah, so we're like, prepping to schmooze with the fancy folk at the VIP.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I would. It's a mixture of preparing myself, also making sure that the Joy Hunters are like fucking pumped, getting them everything they need, and making sure that Grimscatter is like happy with his seats, and yeah, stuff like that mostly.
All right. Someone said you'll have an explosion of a time. I really just want to go Yu-Gi-Oh! And be like, you don't have a ghost of a chance.
Your party will go off with a bang.
Yeah, so if there's no objections, I'd like to jump right to the start of the party.
Sure, I mean, as long as the Joy Hunters are happy.
Yep.
You just tell me.
So the Joy Hunters, they don't eat or drink anything. They fast in complete silence for 24 hours before hunts. So you go in to like talk to them, and they're like,
"Well, if I knew this beforehand, I would have done it 24 hours before."
Oh yeah.
Fasting. But, like,
yeah, I mean, they got totally hammered. That's probably why you're so drunk, because they were just like completely drink. They were in the 0G section, so they were like doing shots by like sending the alcohol towards them and letting it float into their mouth.
Nice, I like it.
Yep.
Super soaker shots.
Shot. shot. Yeah, Little John was there in the background as well.
I imagine he lives until Star Wars times.
Yeah, of course. He gets carbonite frozen.
Yeah, and then he comes back and he's just like, yeah! Or whatever he does. I almost spilled my beer.
What?
Alright. So yeah, I guess we're at the party now, huh?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, in the VIP box, there are 4 other beings there, and there are also 2 droids in the corner. One of the droids is completely black and looks a lot like a 3PO droid, but it's very obviously a militarized version of that model. The other is an R5 droid, so it's some sort of astromech. Not sure who it came with. The other 4 members of your party are Lady Pella Victus, who is like a dark red, brown-haired, green-eyed, wearing just black robes.
Right, what race is she?
She is human.
Okay.
There is a crime lord there. Her name is Victoria. She appears to be walking around with holdout blasters strapped all over her body, which is weird because the guards stopped everybody else and removed their weapons. She's in her probably late 40s with silver hair and cat-like yellow eyes. She's also human. Griswold Aurelian Catton, or as you know him, Grimscatter, is there as well. And another crime lord named Tiho Bravara, who was Bothan.
Okay. Are you able to like just jot these notes down or something like that, Arthur?
Yes. Yes, I can.
I'm going to make sure that I don't hand out any cards until the party seems to be going successfully, but Arthur.
Okay. All right. Well,
We should probably
a Time Lord. There's not a Time Lord. Crime Lord. Crime Lord.
So glad it's not a Time Lord.
So, yeah, this is the payoff. This is what you've been working towards. Since your deal with Sleot, he basically is taking all the money out of everything. Gaining
Except for
contacts
that
and getting
3.
information.
We got that
You're
3K,
getting-
right?
You get 3K whether they live or die at the end of this. Yes. He's got all the television rights, the marketing, probably, you know, like little crate dragon dolls as well.
Yeah, you didn't want to give us all the world.
weren't we getting like a little bit of the take?
Yeah, 3,000 for the
2000.
Yeah,
that's
so you guys got
tickets or
3,000 from Churka Corporation for their sponsorship fee, and then there's going to be another 3,000 for the payout.
Yep.
That's what I have recorded. So 6,000 for this party.
So we got to make sure that we get some contacts here during this. There are 2 crime lords here. I'm sure they have something for us that needs doing, and doing by people like us. We don't mind doing shady things.
Is there any knowledge checks or anything that we can do here that would be of benefit, or not yet?
Sure. I mean, if you want to know about the crime lords, I think Streetwise would probably be appropriate.
Okay.
For Griswold and Lady Pella Victus, knowledge Outer Rim will work because they're both based on the Outer Rim currently. And the droids, you would probably need